everybody? Welcome into a very special Coach's Corner / I guess you can call this player profile, but it is with the Columbiana County Cowboy, a.k.a. the Bandit. He drives the number 43 YSN car all around, and you can see him on the dirt track, well, every weekend?
Well, June's been a little rough, getting ready for family vacation and whatnot, and me not being a good juggler, but yeah, most weekends, July and August will be every weekend starting then, but yeah, June's been a little rough with me trying to pull off racing and family stuff, but you know. So yeah, we're Goods Raceway though every weekend. They're out there anyway. Like, even if I'm not there, they're still there.
The legend. Well, you don't want to see any races if the Bandit's not around.
I don't know. Mediocrity at its best, maybe right below it. I don't.
It is Corey Renforth for those of you who are being introduced for the first time. Corey, talk a little bit about your background in racing a little bit and why you got started.
Background in racing, okay. So, little kid, I always thought my dad kind of looked like Richard Petty, the original 43 car, you know. So that kind of like led me into that. My brother's football number, my oldest brother Paul, his 43, so it's kind of a family number. We've all used it at one time or another. And there's a phone call.
It's all right.
But you know, just the typical Matchbox cars. You know, when I was a little kid, I had Matchbox semis. My dad drove a truck. He's done it for like 52 years now. So, and I had race cars. So that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a truck driver, and then on the weekend I was going to race cars. You know, weirdly enough, that's what I do now.
That's exactly what happened.
So like 3-year-old me, 4-year-old me, I'm living his dream. You know, so
that's
it's
awesome.
like my childhood dreams have not gone unattended, I guess.
Yeah. So when you look at what you're doing now, I mean, you and I have known each other for a very long time. You kind of hit me up last year. You said, "Yeah, I'm going to start racing," and I said, "That's awesome. How can we get involved? How can we get you out there and let people?" Because most people think when you're talking racing, you're talking around a concrete floor, you know, a concrete track.
Yeah.
You're doing the dirt track stuff for the most part, and it can get a little wild out there.
It can, but I mean, there's classes where it gets a little wild. Our class, you know, the dwarf cars, the Sportsman's Classics, everybody's real helpful. Everybody's real nice. It's like, I don't know, everybody's family pretty much. Even if you need any help, it comes to you. I mean, I've had 4 or 5 guys working on my car with me because I don't know what I'm doing. I'm like cold trickle, man. I can drive this thing, but when it comes to fixing it, I'm like, whew, now we got a different story.
From your standpoint, I mean, this is your second season in.
Yeah.
You just recently had your highest place.
Yeah.
Talk about that race.
I lucked into a second place. That was the first race of this year. I wasn't the second fastest car. In true Bandit fashion, I stole second place like a dog. I mean, like a dog. And Brandon Smith, he's from Leetonia. He's about a 25-year-old kid. Mm-hmm. You guys might have covered him before playing football or something, but he was in second, and I knew he wasn't happy with being in second. So it was like, I'm like, this kid's going to do something. And if you watch the video, like from my GoPro, you can, the one flag guy, Dwayne Seabolt, he's like, he's a good dude. You see me like point to him, I'm like, watch me, because I'm moving up. I ain't finishing third here, like, because we started third. We had a 1-lap shootout, and I was like, because this kid ain't happy with second place, something's gonna happen. And my God, turn 3 and 4, we go in there, and he went hard. I mean, he went hard. He went hard in 1 too. He made a chance to, you know, he was taking first place if he could, and from Steve Mix. And he went a little too hard in 4. He wiggled, and I zip-tied that dang throttle to the floor, and we had a drag race to the finish line. I might have beat him by 3 inches. I don't know, but
wow.
They were saying it was right at the flag stand.
Wow.
I knew it was, but I was like, I was standing there at the payout window. I'm like, I stole that. Like he put a pie on a shelf, and I just grabbed that thing and ran off and ate it in the woods, man. I just
put a pie on the shelf, and I grabbed it, ran into the woods, and ate it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I wasn't the second fastest car out there, but Hey, you got to be there to take the opportunity, I guess. You know,
For somebody that's never been to a race before, I mean, what are we looking at? Like from a fan side, is it a half hour? Is it how long is it? You know,
it's a while. We start at 6:30.
Yeah.
There's 7 divisions out there. There's 7 different classes racing.
How long is it each class race for? I mean, is it typically how long's a race? One particular race?
We try. About 12 minutes maybe
Okay.
with. If you have some cautions, if you have no cautions, if everybody just goes out there and, good Lord.
So you can make a night out of this.
So popular in my life, yeah. Yeah. It's 6:30 racing starts out of Goods Raceway, and 10:30. Jim Good is like real. he wants you to like stick with the racing boys. Yeah. Like let's not throw too many cautions out there. So you can get done. He can get done at 10, you know. But, you're watching 7 different classes of racing. So about the longest, like I said, with cautions, about 16 minutes. But, if you just go straight through the 20-lap feature, that's only 6 minutes or something because you're wheeling.
Yeah.
I think Mark Stuchin said we're averaging about 75 miles an hour on that dirt in our class, and we're not the fastest.
Yeah.
We got the mod lights; they're a little faster. We run 750cc Suzuki engines or any motorcycle engine, I guess, as long as you can make it work.
Yeah, we're gonna put up a picture right now of what your car looks like, and talk of me like when you went to buy this, you knew what you wanted to do, or was this just on a whim?
Well, okay, I always wanted to drive a race car, but I had money saved up. I didn't wholly intend on maybe doing this. So, a fellow named Tim Stillion and his son Cody. Cody was moving up into mod lights, and Tim had drove my car, and Cody had drove a 25 car, which now belongs to Jared Thompson. So they had these things on Craigslist, for $7,000 for the pair. And I was like, so I asked Jared. Jared, he's loved racing too, dang near his whole life. I kind of threw it out there. He's my cheapest friend I have, probably like the least likely to spend money. So I was kind of like half-hearted, like I don't know if I can do this. I'm like banking on him saying like I can't go in that with you, and be like, okay, I tried. That age-old story of I'm gonna make a half attempt at it rather than go all the way in because I don't know if I can do it or not.
Yeah, you're looking for somebody to say, "Nah, this isn't a good idea."
Yeah. And lo and behold, the one time that dude said yes to spending thousands of dollars in his life, and here we are. It's like, oh darn it! Now we're committed. We went and bought them, and then unfortunately at the time, it was Deerfield Speedway, I think, or Raceway, one or two. They closed up like a month after we bought them. So
heartbroken.
Yeah,
because you're in.
I had it now. Now I'm in. Like let's get to racing, boys. Like let's not mess around here. But we held on to them. And they sat in my garage, and I friended some people on Facebook that raced out there, and I was friends with Jim Good on Facebook, and I seen he had sold his car. So I just Facebook messaged him one day. I was like, Jim, how do I sell this car? I'm not a salesman by any means.
Yeah.
Not much of a smooth talker, kind of a hillbilly and whatnot.
No.
Not a hillbilly car salesman either. Just
you're the bandit.
Yeah. Just some like Jerry Reed song, Bandit. But he wrote back to me. He said, unless you need the money, he's like, keep them cars. Somebody's opening this track back up. So, never meeting Jim Good.
Yeah.
Never known the dude. I put my faith in him, so, all right, I believe this guy. Somebody's going to open this up, and we can get this dream rolling still, Lo and behold, he didn't reckon it was going to be him, but it was him that bought it, I guess, and that's the beginning of that story, and it become Goods Raceway, and
that's awesome.
We had a place to play,
It's your own little playground, so to speak. I mean, you're living your dream, but you're able to do something you love and learn at the same time.
Yeah, and I can do it fairly inexpensively. It can get expensive.
I was gonna say, bite your tongue.
If you want it to be that way, it's a wood desk rig. So it can be expensive if you so choose to. But I think during the learning process, well, I did blow an engine last year. I only got like 9 races in last year, 8.
So what's a season look like? A full season, if you could have it. How many races is that?
It's every weekend from May to September.
Okay, so you're talking a bunch.
Yeah,
You're talking a bunch.
You get a few weekends off here and there, like a mid-season break and whatnot. But you're talking 20 weeks.
That's not bad.
Ish.
So she made it about halfway last year.
Yeah. It was about halfway, and the engine blew, and more experienced people would have been back out there, but I spent 3 weeks on eBay just trying to find, like, what do I need? Like, what year did somebody tell me I have of an engine? Because I don't know, because I'm a doofball. But, like something like that. I'm texting people that don't own my car. Hey, what year engine did you say I had again? Like, I'm like trying to reaffirm. So then we put an engine in, and it turns out to kind of not be the greatest in the world. And like no compression in some cylinders, which isn't good. There's only 3 things you need for an engine to run. That's compression, spark, and gas. So, and we didn't have one of those.
You're batting 600.
Yeah, so there was like 2 weeks down the drain. So we're 5 weeks have already gone by. And it's like finally I was just like, yeah, this season is scrapped with as long as this is taking me. I had a fellow named Nick Groves put the engine in. He's experienced with this stuff, and he's a good dude. And he did it, super reasonable for me. It didn't really cost a whole heck of a lot to get him to put it in. Yeah, it's just, but it still incurred some costs there, Then I decided I was gonna change up the look of the car because last year was just black. It was just straight.
Yep.
With red and white numbers that my sister-in-law made me on her machine, and
now she's sharp.
Yeah.
Now she's looking good.
Yeah, now we got the. I was like, you know what? I don't want to disgrace everybody else that drove this car and it looked like this, so I might as well put my own look on it so everybody can be like, hey man, that car won when it was driving was black when I used to drive it, and now it just kind of drives around the middle there somewhere maybe.
Now it's the Bandit.
Yeah.
Now it's the Bandit car with the mighty microphone on the back. So let's get your fandom out there. Let's start growing this fan base here because when you have YSN, you've got an entire nation. So let's talk about the next race. When is that, and where can people go?
Well, the next race is June 12th. We are either at Goods Raceway or we are at Sharon Speedway. I have not figured that out
Okay.
yet. I thought I knew, but then I looked. If you go to My Race Pass, it's like an app, but they take care of like all the dirt tracks in the country.
Mm-hmm.
You can put in Goods Raceway. You can set that as your favorite. You can choose a favorite driver. You can put my name in there.
Well, you're gonna be the favorite driver,
and like you can set me as your favorite, and it'll tell you how I did last night. It'll give you how I finished in the heat race, how I finished in the feature race. It'll tell you all that. And you can keep up with it, how many points I'm at, where I'm at in the standings, whatnot. And if you don't want to get that into it, I got a YouTube channel. I put them GoPro videos on.
So how can people get to the YouTube channel?
Just gotta search my name, Corey Renforth, Corey Renforth. You'll probably have to say that later because I mumble like a dog. So
it'll be on our page. Don't worry.
Put that in print so some people can actually. My brother was pretty interested in how the closed captioning was going to go.
Well, when you're the Columbiana County Cowboy, aka the Bandit, we knew it was going to be interesting.
Mushmouth Bandit.
The Mushmouth Bandit. There it is. There's your official tag.
Stick. Yeah, I told Jared. I was like, well, this Bandit name can be fun. People can just put whatever they want to in front of Bandit, and
that's it.
You got 2 older brothers. That's more than likely to happen.
Yeah, but the Mushmouth Bandit, I think that one's gonna stick.
That'll probably be the Boomhauer Bandit, probably most likely.
The Boomhauer Bandit, man, you're 2 for 2 right now.
Yeah, I can't give myself nicknames though. People got to start calling me that.
Boomhauer Bandit. Well, we'll let that one stick. Corey Renforth, this is going to be a weekly segment here on YSN, so we appreciate you spending some time and bringing the cowboy hat, bringing the girls. I know they're playing ping pong right now, but we'll good luck on the 12th. Obviously, that'll be next weekend.
Yeah.
So
then, like I said, June I'm not doing a lot of racing. I go on vacation 19th and 26th. But the aforementioned Nick Groves, I have asked him if he wanted to drive the car the 19th and 26th. He's got his mod light he drives, but I was like, hey, if you so feel like it, or if any of them guys get a hold of me, what the heck?
Yeah.
It can only be an upgrade to me.
Now, so from a standpoint of like Ricky Bobby, are you afraid that a Cal Naughton Jr. is going to come in and steal the thunder, so to speak?
Well, I ain't got no thunder to speak of. I don't. I'm just like, I'm an almost mediocre race car driver out there. I got a lot to learn yet.
I can't wait.
I do try as hard as I can, but you love baseball. I know that. Yep. Just imagine if you just started playing baseball last year.
Not going to be good.
you were wanting to do it in like a semi-competitive league with people who have been doing it for, I don't know.
And then you finished second
place.
Since
you were 10. Yeah.
But that's the cool thing. I remember how excited you were. I gotta call it. Man, that was damn close to midnight.
Yeah. Well, we were done way before that, but I was just celebrating. I was like, man, I don't know if he's up. Ooh, this might be bad. I was like, I'll leave him a message maybe. He answered, and I was like, oh, okay.
You were so amped up.
I was like, yeah, I didn't. This year they added in like the top 3 got to go across the scales to weigh your cars. It has to be 1,240 pounds, like the minimum weight with the driver in it. So I was like, well, I guess I'm never going to know how much my car weighs with me in it because I don't reckon I'm ever going to cross them scales. And, well, damn, like I said, they left it out there for me to steal second place, and like a dog, I took it, man.
What did you weigh in at?
It was I wanted to lose some weight because I'm a bit of a fat boy. 1254. I'm like, well, my brother said, well, you can lose 13 pounds, dummy. I'm like, well, yeah, I need to lose about 45 more than that, but I reckon we'll have to get some barbells or something welded in the bottom of that bad boy. I don't know what we're going to do.
This has been In the Driver's Seat with Corey Renforth, the driver of the 43 car and the YSN car. If you want more information on it, his YouTube page is linked in this story. And, of course, we are always happy to have you, Corey. Cowboy up, buddy.
Yeah, cowboy up.